Have you ever noticed how certain relationships continue to influence your energy long after they've physically ended? That strange phenomena where someone is no longer in your daily life, yet somehow your paths, your decisions, your creative expressions remain mysteriously connected. I was watching footage of Kim's Met Gala evolution alongside Kanye's Donda listening party, and something profound struck me. Despite their separation, there remains an undeniable energetic resonance between them. Aesthetic choices, timing of announcements, and even their individual spiritual evolutions seem to operate in this strange, synchronized dance. This pattern fascinates me because Kanye and Kim represent one of the most compelling examples of quantum entanglement in modern culture. How two souls can remain energetically connected despite physical separation. Today, we're exploring the physical or spiritual entanglement, examining how their relationship demonstrates the quantum principle that once two particles interact, they remain connected regardless of distance, and what this reveals about consciousness, energy transfer, and the illusion of separation in our human experience. How do relationships continue to influence us energetically after physical separation? Kanye West and Kim Kardashian don't just represent a celebrity power couple. They embody a fascinating case study in quantum entanglement, operating in human relationships. Their relationship or their journey reveals consistent patterns of energetic connection that defy conventional understanding of separation. Think of consciousness like quantum particles. Once two energy fields have deeply interacted, they remain connected regardless of physical distance. This isn't metaphorical, it's a fundamental principle of quantum physics that manifests in human relationships. Remember when Kim appeared at Kanye's Donda listening event in a wedding dress months after filing for divorce? Or how Kanye's Sunday service movement emerged parallel to Kim's spiritual awakening and legal advocacy work? These weren't coincidental alignments, they were expressions of continued energetic entanglement despite their physical separation. This quantum connection explains why their creative expressions often mirror each other even after separation. They aren't just influencing each other through conventional means, they're operating within a shared energetic field that transcends physical proximity. I've noticed this same quality in other deeply connected relationships, that characteristic resonance that continues long after direct interaction has ceased. The most fascinating aspect is that this capacity isn't supernatural. It's a natural expression of quantum principles operating at the human level. Some relationships create such profound energetic bonds that they continue to influence consciousness patterns regardless of physical separation. Kanye and Kim's journey reveals both the power and the complexity of operating within these entangled energy fields. So how does the neurological significance of their 7-year marriage reflect universal transformation patterns? The central spiritual significance of Kanye and Kim's journey is that their relationship spanned almost exactly 7 years, a number that carries profound meaning in spiritual traditions and consciousness evolution. This represents what spiritual teachers call the completion cycle, the time required for a complete transformation of energy and purpose. Think of it like this. In numerology, 7 represents the completion of a spiritual lesson before evolution to the next level. Their relationship began, evolved, and concluded within this precise time frame, not by coincidence, but as an expression of universal rhythms governing consciousness transformation. Look at how both individuals transformed during this 7-year cycle. or Kanye evolved from provocative artist to spiritual leader with his Sunday service movement, and Kim transformed from reality personality to legal advocate and business mogul. These weren't separate journeys. They were complementary aspects of a shared spiritual curriculum operating through their connection. I've observed how this same pattern creates the fascinating public reaction to their relationship. Their connection wasn't just celebrity spectacle. It represented the universal human experience of relationships as vehicles for spiritual evolution. When Kanye spoke of Kim as his muse, or Kim described Kanye as her transformation catalyst, they weren't just using poetic language. They were acknowledging the spiritual purpose of their entanglement. The most revealing aspect is how their separation occurred precisely as both completed fundamental identity transformations. This wasn't just relationship breakdown, it was the natural conclusion of a spiritual curriculum that had fulfilled its evolutionary purpose for both souls. The same energetic connection that draws them together naturally released when its transformative function was complete. Do souls connect and separate based on energetic frequency? Kanye and Kim's journey reveals fascinating principles about vibrational alignment in relationships. This isn't just about compatibility, it's a fundamental principle of how consciousness seeks resonance or resonant frequencies for specific evolutionary purposes. Think of consciousness like sound waves. When two frequencies align, they create resonance and amplification. Kanye and Kim initially connected through perfectly aligned frequencies, desire for cultural impact, boundary breaking expression, and status evolution. This created what quantum physicists call constructive interference. Their aligned energies amplified each other's manifestation power. Remember how quickly both their individual brands expanded after connecting. This wasn't just a smart business move. It was the natural amplification that occurs when aligned energetic frequencies combine. Their connection created a manifestation field so powerful it transcended or transformed not just their individual realities, but shifted culture consciousness itself. This explains why their paths have naturally diverged after serving this purpose. It's not just changing interests, it's the natural evolution of consciousness seeking new vibrational patterns or matches for the next phase of spiritual growth. Kanye's frequency has shifted towards prolific, boundary dissolving spiritual expression, while Kim has aligned with structure, advocacy, and systematic change. Different frequencies serving different evolutionary purposes. I've noticed this same pattern with other transformative relationships. They often appear to break when in reality, they're simply completing their vibrational purpose. It's like two instruments that played a perfect duet together, then naturally move on to different orchestrates where their evolved sounds better resonate. The most profound insight here is that relationships aren't meant to be permanent in the physical sense. They're temporary vibrational alignments serving specific consciousness expansion purposes. When these purposes are fulfilled, the energetic connection naturally transforms rather than disappears. Do children represent the permanent energetic bridge between separated parents? The most compelling aspect of Kanye and Kim's entanglement is their 4 children, who represent not just family bonds, but quantum entangles or quantum anchors maintaining their energetic connection beyond physical separation. This isn't just parenting, it reflects a universal principle about consciousness continuation. Think of children as consciousness bridges, physical manifestations of the combined energetic frequencies of both parents. North, Saint, Chicago, and Palms aren't just offspring. They're living embodiments of Kanye and Kim's combined creative expression, carrying forward the unified consciousness field their relationship generated. Look at how both Kanye and Kim relate to their children. They don't just share parenting, they continue to create aligned experiences that maintain their energetic connection through these consciousness anchors. Their co-parenting approach isn't just practical arrangements, it's the natural continuation of their entanglement through these physical expressions of their unified field. This creation of consciousness anchors isn't just personal. It reflects how energy seeks to maintain its highest expressions, even as forms change. The creative force that drew Kanye and Kim together didn't disappear. With their separation, it transformed into these four unique expressions that continue to bind their energy fields regardless of physical proximity. I've observed how this pattern of consciousness anchoring follows a consistent sequence across different relationships. The energy that initially manifests as romantic connection naturally evolves towards more permanent expressions when it reaches sufficient creative power. Kanye and Kim's children represents this principle at its most powerful, the transformation of temporary alignment into permanent consciousness contribution. The most powerful insight is recognizing that their children aren't just the result of their relationship, but its spiritual purpose. The creation of new consciousness expressions that would not exist without their specific energetic combination. This perspective transforms our understanding of relationship success from longevity to creative manifestation. Kanye and Kim's journey offers us much more than celebrity fascination. It provides profound insights into the nature of quantum entanglement, spiritual timing, and the evolution of consciousness through relationship. The energetic connection they embody reveals both the extraordinary creative power and the natural evolutionary cycles of human relationships. By understanding these dynamics, we gain not just appreciation for their unique journey, but insight into our own relationships and energetic connections. Each of us experience these same principles of entanglement, vibrational alignment, and consciousness anchoring in our own lives, sometimes creating profound transformation, sometimes completing necessary cycles. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this perspective. Have you experienced your own version of quantum entanglement in relationships, continuing to feel energetically connected to someone despite physical separation? Or perhaps you've noticed how certain relationships serve specific spiritual purposes before naturally evolving. Share your insights in the comments below. If this perspective resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time, remember that physical separation is merely an illusion. Consciousness remains entirely connected across all dimensions of space and time. Stay beautiful, stay connected, stay discerning, and stay conscious in the field.